Guys, we are granted with the special presence with an absolute legend, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Bill Manspeaker from Green Jelly. How are you, man?
I am the punk rock pope. I got the money and I got the dope.
I love it, dude. First and foremost, how are you, man? You look good.
I'm awesome. Life is good here in Hollywood, California.
How's COVID out there? Is it pretty bad?
You know, if I wasn't told every single day that it was going to kill me on social media, I would have no idea.
Wow. It's the media, man.
That question.
Listen, dude. All right. Let's just hop right on into it. So,
Sure.
just to get a background on you. Okay. So you are the founding member of Green Jelly, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I am the first member of over 1,000 people in my band.
That is what I need an explanation for. Please explain the numerous amount of members, please.
Well, currently I have over 1,000 people in my band from around the world, and I hold the Guinness Book of World Records for the world's largest band in music history.
Really?
Yes. And I've been collecting band members since literally 1981. And basically what I do is I hop in a plane, and I do this every Thursday. Well, not since the COVID thing. Different story. But every Thursday I would hop in a plane, and I would fly somewhere around the world. I don't know where.
Right.
I would fly to Canada, Mexico City, Illinois, the Bahamas, who knows? And I would land and I'd play for 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Right.
Basically what I did through Facebook is I collected all these amazing artists and amazing musicians from around the world, and they set up shows and they set up concerts for me. So 1 week I fly to Mexico City. I play there Thursday, Friday, Saturday with the Green Jello Mexico City band.
Wow.
And then right after the show on Saturday, I hop in a plane. I fly back to Hollywood, California, where I live with my family. And I'm home by 12 noon on Sunday.
Wow, dude.
And I do this 125 times a year.
125 times a year.
Yes.
How do you find the energy, man?
I'm actually an alien, but that's a completely other story. That's a completely other topic.
Man,
there's a lot of truth to that Rosetta Stone song, but that's another story.
Listen,
yeah. So I just basically I travel 250,000 miles every year.
Right.
For the last 12 years, nonstop.
Man.
And the only thing that stopped me was this stay home thing.
COVID.
Yeah, and I was literally on my way to Mexico City with my 6-year-old son. I take my kid with me. He goes on all my tours since he was 3 months old.
Dude, you are a legend. You are a legend.
So when you hear people make this excuse, and they say, "Oh, I had to quit the band, man. I got married and I got kids. You know, you just can't do that." Bullshit. All right, my kid's 3 months old, and he's on the fucking plane going to Florida for 3 days, and then he's going back home, and he's done this his whole life. He sees nothing strange about it.
Right.
And he loved it. He goes out on stage with me. He performs with me.
That's what I want to ask.
We were literally on our way to Mexico City, and we all got sent home.
Would you say it's safe to say that your 3-year-old kid is a member of Green Jelly?
Oh yeah. Actually, he's number 666.
Dude, that is my favorite number. That's my favorite.
And you know what his name is? Chaos Diablo.
No way. Dude, this is kind of a sensory overload for me right now, man.
Chaos went on tour with the Insane
Clown Posse, dude.
3.
Okay, listen, I've
3
got,
years old.
I've got.
He's on tour with ICP.
Okay, so let's start there. All right, along with.
Let's start there.
Yeah.
The Juggalos.
My fellow trash talker, Smokey Ramirez, he's not able to be here with me. But we used to do shows, and we actually know, Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope and, Boondocks. And we heard that you actually did a show with ICP.
A zillion shows.
Really?
Oh, my God. I've done 2 tours with them. No, wait, 3. 3 tours with them. And I played Gathering of the Juggalos twice.
How was that, dude?
So it started off with playing at Gathering of the Juggalos. And there's a little backstory. Do you want to hear it? It's very interesting.
Yes.
So I'm in Massachusetts. No, wait, hang on. I'm in Maine, even fucking colder. I'm in Maine in the middle of goddamn winter, okay?
Okay.
We're playing Portland, Maine, and the city of Portland, Maine is right on the water, so it's fucking cold. And I show up with my band out there. It's a band called Gwello. Gwello, amazing band.
I'm assuming that's a play off of Green Jello, Gwello?
Yes, it started off as a cover band, and they played Green Jello and Guar songs.
What?
And then he evolved it into his own band. You should really check it out, Gwello. Check it out on Facebook or Instagram.
Okay, I will.
The guy who's in charge of it, his name is Kurt. And he is an amazing artist, and he makes these elaborate costumes that are so phenomenal.
Man.
So anyways, I'm on my way to the show, and there's fucking snow and sleet and miserable, right?
Right.
And I pull into the back parking lot, and there's this kind of chubby, bearded guy. Now, there's a lot of chubby, bearded guys in parking lots where I go. I'm just making it clear.
Okay.
So, cold night, snow, chubby, bearded guy in the parking lot talking. And I'm in my shorts and I'm cold and I'm like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, cool. Yeah. And he's telling me about his clown band.
Wow.
And he would like me to play at his clown festival. All right. Again, nothing abnormal to me. Okay?
Okay.
It's just another guy in the parking lot telling me to play their clown festival in the forest.
Right.
It's Thursday, okay? So I go do he gives me this phone number, says, yeah, call my brother and set it up. So after the show, I just post on Facebook, oh, I met this guy from this clown band. He asked me to play this show. So, and that was really about it,
Yeah.
So I do my other 2 shows or whatever, and I fly back home, and I give him a call on Monday to his brother, and his brother's real mad.
Wow. Why?
And I'm like, what's up? And he's like, you shouldn't have posted that on Facebook. We didn't even say that this is happening, and we're going to announce it. And I said, I'm sorry, I had no idea.
Right.
I'm not here to offend anybody. It's another day to me.
Right.
And he proceeds to tell me about the festival. And I'm like, really? You're kidding. He goes, you never heard of it? I go, no, I have no idea.
Man.
So he gives me this website. He goes, check out the website and, call us right back. So I check it out and I was like, oh, it's legit. They have bathrooms and concessions and rides, and there's a lot of people,
Right.
So I call him back. I was like, oh, I said, dude, I had no idea that it was legit. And, he was still, they're still mad.
Right.
They get it from just the booking people. and they got me on speakerphone with like 4 other people, and I'm kind of like maybe this much of a chance of actually getting on the festival right now because I've pissed off everyone.
Okay.
And I just told them, just like I just told you, I said, real honestly, I said, I apologize, but you got to understand.
Right.
This is not the first time a fat, chubby guy
in a
with
parking
a beard
lot
in a parking lot asked me to play his clown festival in the fort. I'm like, this happens to me all the time.
I'm assuming this was Violent.
Started laughing and
right. This was Violent J. I'm assuming, wasn't it?
no, it was whoever books their show.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's their management.
Gotcha.
So Jay, I met Jay in the parking lot, and again, I don't know. You know, I mean, I heard of them, you know, but that doesn't mean that they, you know, would play big shows.
Right. Oh, they're huge. They're huge.
You know, I know who Ugly Kid Joe is, too.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't expect them to have a festival.
Man, so, okay, taking it back to, I want to know, we just recently did a reaction to to Three Little Pigs. And every Tuesday here on the Trash Talkers, we do a segment called Tool Tuesday. Now, in just about
Tool Tuesday?
Yes, sir. We go through.
I like that.
Yeah, we go through the whole.
One of my favorite bands.
I'm getting to that, and in almost every video, everyone says, "Man, you guys have got to check out Green Jelly. You've got to." So my thing is, our first introduction was Three Little Pigs. Watching that video, I have got to know how did you come up with the lyrics? How did you come up with the visuals? Is it true Adam helped you? Did Danny play on the guitar, the drums?
Yep, all true.
Man, elaborate. What is a studio experience like with Green Jelly and Danny and Adam? What is that like?
I run a different ship. I run the casual ship that has no rules, no boundaries, no rules. Nothing is ever thought out.
Right.
So I just do it. And I get those kind of people, and of course there's always the one that's like, oh, but you can't do it like that. and you sort of drag their weight, you know. But I can honestly say that, you know, Danny was never a person who dragged weight.
Really?
You know? Yeah. He was always it, number one. You know, at one time he was in 5 bands.
What?
Yes, Green Jello, Tool, some jazz band. I forget the name. It'll come to me. Carole King. What? You know who Carole King is?
No, but I'm so glad you're telling me.
Carole King is like this famous like woman singer from like the 70s. Mm-hmm. You're so vain.
Oh, yeah.
The song is about you.
You're so vain. Yeah.
He played drums for her.
Wow.
And he was in a country and western band.
No way.
With Jeff Buckley.
No.
You know who Jeff Buckley is?
No, but the fact that Danny was in a country band, educate me.
Jeff Buckley is one of the most amazing solo artists that there ever has been. He was just phenomenal. Wow. And he's the epitome of that guy with the guitar at the coffee house singing. That's who he is. That's where they stole that whole gig from, was from that guy.
Wow.
And Danny was in the country and western.
That is awesome, man. So
not only is it not like coffee shop, you know, heartbreak song,
right?
But it's for Jeff Buckley. Just look into Jeff Buckley and just listen to his music, and you'll be amazed.
I will.
Danny was in a band with him, then the jazz band, Carole King, Green Jello, and Tool, all at once.
That is incredible. So how did you meet Danny? How did you How did you guys come?
I had this drummer that was in Green Jello. His name was Michael Dean, and he played in this band called Carmageddon with Danny Carey, and it was this three-piece progressional band, or kind of like Yes,
Right, right.
whatever you call that kind of music, long, boring songs about fairies.
Yeah.
So he was in one of those bands with Michael Dean, and we needed a drummer. I mean, not that we really needed a drummer. We had a drummer already, but we just wanted another one. And so Michael Dean said, "Hey, I know this guy that's in my band. He's pretty cool. Maybe he'll want to play." We're like, "Oh, sure." And he didn't show up.
Oh wow.
And then we had a show. We were going to practice for the show. He didn't show up for the practice, and he just showed up for the show, and he was great.
Yeah,
He didn't need to go to practice.
right. You think?
But this is 1988.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Bill. Hold on. 1988.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna say 89.
Dude, that is
I'd have to check
crazy.
my record, but yeah, late 88 or early 89.
So did he play on more songs than Three Little Pigs? Did he play on other songs?
He played on that whole album, the Serial Killer album.
Yes. Wow, dude. Here's something else I need to ask. With you having the connection with Danny and Maynard, after listening to Three Little Pigs, first of all, I want to say hats off to you, man, because the storytelling that you put in Three Little Pigs, and
it's just my life,
dude. That was impeccable.
It's just my life. That's it. That's all I did. I wrote down a day in the life of Bill.
That is
living in
awesome.
Hollywood.
So what I want to know?
Oh my God, and that's funny because see right behind me, that building right there. You see that building?
Right.
That's NBC.
Wow.
Where they have the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
And guess what? And this is purely by accident. That's where I wrote the Three Little Pigs song.
No way, man.
I was a security guard at that building behind me at NBC.
You wait a minute, dude. You were a security. I did a little research, and it says you were an actor too. Did you do some acting?
I mean, Green Jello. I mean, people consider that acting.
Right, right. Man.
But I'm not acting at all.
Dude, you're awesome, man. I want to know because I know you got to go, man.
No, I'm good. Whatever. My wife's shopping.
You have to tell me.
Sure.
You have to tell me. One of listening to and this is, I'm so grateful for the Tool Army to introducing me to you. But you.
Oh yeah, I love all the Tool fans. There's some annoying ones that are a little crazy.
But what I'm asking is one of Tool's, in my opinion, one of their best songs is Rosetta Stone.
Yeah.
Well, is it true? Is it true that this is based on your experience? And if it is, please let me hear this story.
I mean, it's all how you interpret it. You know what I mean? So.
Well, maybe I should give you a preface. What I heard, and maybe you can tell me if this is true or not.
Okay.
This is what I've heard. I heard that.
I mean, it's all true, but again.
Yeah. Well, what I heard was you, Maynard, Danny were all in the studio recording a Green Jelly song, and a friend came over who just so happened to be tripping, and Maynard saw.
No, not even close.
Please elaborate.
Not even close. See, I love how it gets blown out of proportion. So, my friends, they like to go camping. And they found this place out in the desert that supposedly had this time machine built. So they went out there and they checked out the time machine. And it was there. And then you go up the road a little bit, and the time machine is called the Integratron. Integratron.
Y-
You
You're being
Google it, and
wait.
it'll
You're being facetious, right?
no, it's called the Integratron.
It's a time machine,
It's a time machine.
Bill.
The time machine built by George Van Tassel,
Okay.
and it's in the desert of Landers, California. And right next to the time machine, there's a giant boulder. It's the largest freestanding boulder in the world.
Wow.
And again, you could Google this, and it's called Giant Rock.
Wow.
And in the 50s, this guy, Van Tassel, figured out that there was a high energy level out there, and he dug a hole underneath this giant rock, and he lived there.
That is crazy.
And aliens would appear in giant orbs and surround him. And they told him how to make this time machine. So my friends went out there and checked it out, and they camped next to the rock. And middle of the night, pitch black, gigantic rock next to them, middle of nowhere. They see some flashing light out in the distance.
Wow.
Blink, blink, blink. And they think it's other campers. So my friend takes his flashlight and he flashes it back, and they do the circle, and whatever they're doing, that light is doing.
Right.
No big deal. One of the people there got a little curious and started walking towards it and talking to it. And then she disappeared in the darkness. So they went looking for her, and they found her about 15 minutes later in this fetal position at this base of this mountain that had all these crystals. It was literally a hill full of crystals.
Wow.
And she was petrified. And she said that these orbs came and surrounded her, and that they were watching this area and that they had to get out. So they just said, yeah, wonderful, let's get back to the campsite,
Mm-hmm.
They get the plane, they're cool. So as they're walking back to the campsite, because now they're on the other side of the big rock, they see these two headlights come around the rock. So they think that it's the park ranger, because it's government land. You're not really supposed to be on it.
Mm-hmm.
So they hide, and then they see the two lights go up the side of the hill.
Right.
And then they took off and they went around to where their friends were camping. They said, "What did the park ranger say?" And they, well, what? They're like, well, we just saw him, turn around and go, there was nobody here. So nobody saw the lights on the other side of the rock. So the girls started telling them that it was the aliens and that they needed to get out of there. And they were all just like, calm down, calm down, calm down. And all of a sudden, and again, this is the story told to me.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, that far distant light that was way that way, it started zooming towards them.
Wow.
So in their rational mind, they think they're busted, government land, helicopter coming.
Right.
But they're not hearing any sound. And all of a sudden, it get bigger, 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 and they said all of a sudden it was just this big flash of white light. And then they said they couldn't remember anything.
What?
And this is, again, the story that they told me right after it happened. They drove back, it was 2 hours, and they were shaking, so bent out of shape. And I heard the story fresh, and I remember all detail of it. So they said they were just frozen And then all of a sudden it was morning. And they didn't know how it became morning or what happened in between, but they knew it was morning. So they went over to the base of where the crystals were, and then they did some exploring, and then what they saw freaked them out. And then they got in the car and they got the fuck out of there. They told me.
Man.
So I was like, cool, let's go. And they're like, no, you know what? They're like, let's go, let me see. You know, because I'm just like anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I wasn't expecting anything, you know. So whatever it was, however long it took them to cool down, I forget. But we journeyed out there on New Year's Day in 2005. And they met me out there. And they're like, we don't want to be here at nighttime. We'll meet you here in the day and we'll show you. I was like, all right, cool. So there was the time machine. Great. I went inside of it. Wow, this is cool. You know, bring me out to the rock. Oh, wow, this is great. This is a gigantic rock. Holy shit. This is where you were camping. Oh, great. Oh, this is where the girl was found in the fetal position at the, you know, oh my God, this is a hill filled with quartz and crystals. Unbelievable.
Right.
And then he's like, follow us up the hill. And so we climb up this windy hill, and it's just all boulders. You know, there's got to be 100,000 different paths.
Oh, dang.
And these guys take this one particular path right after the incident happens, and we climb it, and it's all different kinds of rocks. And I have pictures of it. And we get up there, and there's this gigantic 10-foot, 20-foot, I mean, just huge alien head.
No.
Carved into the rock in 3D. And I'm just like,
oh my God.
And the girl that we brought, she just stopped right there. She's like, I'm not going any further than this.
Right.
She checked out. And I was just in amazement. Again, I took a bunch of pictures of it. And I just continued this journey up this hill. Because I was like, well, there's got to be something up there. Went up all the way up to the top. Took a good hour to get up there. All kinds of weird rock formations. And I always felt like there was somebody looking at you the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
And we got up to the top, and it was almost like a throne was carved out of the rock.
What?
On and watch and look over the whole area. Yeah, it was really creepy.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, and exactly like the Tool record, however the fuck you say it, enema, whatever they want to call it.
Yeah.
Just like that fucking thing, with all the electricity going out.
Right.
There it was.
Wow.
It was just like, but it wasn't square. This one was circular, and I was just like, what the fuck?
Wow.
And it zoomed from one end of the mountain to the other. Like it hovered and then it zoomed. And me and my wife and my son were just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And it was all funny. Okay? It was all funny about your story. It was all funny about the big rock. It was all funny about the big alien head. But this,
over the top.
It ain't funny no more. And
losing you here, Bill.